Hey guys, Ghost of Grief here, bringing you another battle. This one is my UU team against another Uber team. It's gonna look a little different this time since my opponent uh, requested not to have his username shared, so the battle screen is gonna be a little bit smaller. And for some reason, when I shared this video, this is post commentary again, not during commentary. But again, for some reason, it puts me on the opponent's side instead of the playing side, so it looks a little weird, that's why. So, obviously, it's my standard UU team. You guys have all seen it. Whoever's ever watched my videos before know what it's like. I lead off with Sable to cripple their lead normally, because either they're sending out a wall, or they're probably sending out a heavy hitter. I guess some also send out, what would you call them? Baits, I guess, baiters? But I haven't seen much of that happening in the Uber tiers, so it's whatever. So I crippled as a Tyranitar. Obviously, Sable's gonna get off the burn if it hits, just to stall a Tyranitar, which helps a lot, because I know Tyranitar's Earthquake can deal some good damage. And I believe his Tyranitar also knows Stone Edge. Also, didn't notice his Tyranitar's name being Reptar. That's pretty amazing. You just nostalgia'd me while recording this. So thank you very much for that, opponent. So, obviously, Tyranitar, I figured I could KO it with Malice if I switched out, but he brought out a Palkia. New Thunderbolt. I'm like, okay, crap. I'm like, let's get the Toxic off on this thing at least. So, we get the Toxic off, as we just saw a couple seconds ago. Obviously, I didn't want to get hit by another Thunderbolt. I predict it coming out again, switching to Flygon. I was going to initially switch into Swampert or Bog. And then I thought, well, Swampert's not such a heavy hitter, so if he switches into something else, Swampert's probably not going to be able to counter it too much. So my guess is that Blaziken that just got KO'd was probably a speed booster. Thank God it couldn't get a Protect off. Then Flygon does his job here, KOing Blaziken in one hit, a Deoxys in one hit. Although I think it was Deoxys' normal form. Kind of weird. I thought he'd be packing something bigger, maybe defense or attack. So he brings out Kyurem Ice, and it crits my Bog with Blizzard. I'm like, okay, I might have been able to survive one, but when you crit that, it's done. Bog's dead. So I bring out Ducky just to mess up, because Ducky's damage is ridiculous. We all know this. And it hurts him and it burns him. If that burn hadn't happened, this battle probably would have turned out entirely differently. I'm not gonna lie, that was all luck. Because it's the burn that helps me get the knockout here with Sharpedo by using Protect to stall for that little bit of damage. And I'm like, alright, Sharpedo's doing good. Sends out Thunder, so I'm like, well, crap, can't have him out here. Bring out Blur again. Thunder Wave, obviously not going to do anything to Blur. So happy I'm packing ground types on my team, you don't even know, guys. Use Stone Edge. I was praying to God it wouldn't miss. I knew if I missed, that would probably also really affect the game. I already got lucky once, so that's two lucky things in one game. The burn and then the hit. So, two things that could have really affected me and it probably could have made me lose. So he brings out Palkia. I'm like, you know what? I'm not risking this match. I'm like, I'm doing really good going against an all Ubers team right here. If I remember right. No, Tyranitar's not an Ubers. God dang it. Well, I was hoping it was an all Ubers team. So we bring out Sable. We're going to Toxic Stall here. I know it's a mean thing to do, but if I was to send out Malice, he would just Thunderbolt it, and Sharpedo, he would just Thunderbolt it, which were just two free knockouts for him. I wasn't about to switch in. So keep Sable out. I'm like, okay, brought up, well, obviously KO'd it. Tyranitar's the last thing left. So we'll foul play it a few times, because Tyranitar's crippled, and I'm guessing that thing ain't packing any special attacks. So it's all physical, which is, I don't remember what Burn does. I think Burn cuts it in half? 1/4 the way gone? I really don't remember. But obviously, just screw it, we'll Burn stall. I mean, if need be, Sharpedo could switch in and KO Reptar, but we just Burn stall. I know stalling's a cheap thing to do, but when you have two water types left and somebody's packing a Palkia with Thunderbolt, you gotta do what you gotta do. But that was a pretty good battle for UU against Ubers. He took out both my major hitters. I mean, aside from Sharpedo, but Sharpedo has to build up his speed first. But other than that, that was a pretty good battle. Uh, Thanks for not quitting, opponent. A lot of people quit when a low-ranking tier team comes in and starts to mess them up. Thank you for not doing that. Thank you for not time stalling by waiting for like ever to make a move. Just thank you.